What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another video. Special guest in the building, Super Kev in the building. How are you, bro?
Curtis, I'm good, mate. Good to be back on. Good to be back on.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to have you on. And, you know, things are looking up since the last time we spoke, man. Arsenal improving, FA Cup winners, Community Shield winners, new kits, new deals. It's looking up for us right now, isn't it?
Finally, Curtis, finally, we get a bit of momentum going. You
Yeah.
know, winning the FA Cup back end of last season, which is obviously a few weeks ago, was fantastic for everybody connected to the club. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, because when we restarted, we were like, oh my God, we weren't
Yeah.
even sure where we were going to finish in the league.
Yeah.
But Arteta seems to have got things together. He's got the team on side. You know, you win. You beat Man City, Sheffield United first. Let's get that one right. We played Sheffield United. We beat Sheffield United. Beat Man City at Wembley, and then turn Chelsea over after going a goal down. That shows bollocks. That shows plenty of bollocks. That shows plenty. And then with half a team, really, we play virtually a full strength Liverpool team.
Yeah.
And let's have it right, Curtis. We had more players missing than they did. They only had 2 players missing from that team who swept everybody aside.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there were meltdowns going on. Well, El Neni was mentioned in there, etc. But if we're honest,
myself.
and that's what I mean. There was meltdowns, but you know what? Here's the crazy thing. Arteta seems to be getting a tune out of some of these guys. Do you know what I mean? He does. He gets a tune out of them. They know their jobs. They know what needs to be done. And if we're honest, we should have been out of sight in the first half. It should have been over.
Yeah. No, it should.
Let them back in it, as Liverpool can get themselves back in. But you know what? Winning it on penalties, hey, listen, fair play to the boys, and it's still another trophy. I know it's not up there, but silverware, if we're in it, we might as well win it.
That's it, innit? You've got to win it. What do you make of the Community Shield, man? Because it seems to be one of them things that if you lose, you know, everyone... Yeah, but then if you win, they all... You know, when we won, everyone was like, oh, you can't celebrate that. But I'm like, you've got to earn the right to be in that game. So to me, you should celebrate it.
Curtis, let me tell you something. Any time where there's silverware, you want to win. Because you know when that team photo happens, it's another trophy in that team photo. And that shows you a bit of success.
Yeah.
And winning is the habit. We were in the habit of losing. Now we're starting to get that winning habit. And you know what, Curtis? You need to reinforce that winning habit. And there's nothing better than trophies.
No, it's true.
Arteta's done it so quick. He's done it so quick. He's not even been there a year. When you check it, he's not even been there a season, and he's won 2 trophies. Listen, if we could, I'm sure we're going to cover all the bits and pieces what's going to come.
Yeah, don't worry.
If we can get this transfer window right, I'm telling you,
things can happen.
We can be up there, mate.
No, I agree with you, man. Big up everyone in the comments as well, commenting. I'll get through some questions later on. Let's start with the big man up front, man. Aubameyang. To me, bigger than any transfer coming into the club this summer was to hold on to him. And I think this could be a turning point for Arsenal because so many times we've lost our best player, you know, Sanchez, Van Persie, Fabregas. What do you think convinced Aubameyang to stay at Arsenal?
I think it's a combination of things. I think Mikel Arteta has to take massive credit, you know, for what he's done behind the scenes. Yeah. And I'm sure Aubameyang as captain was watching to see how Mikel Arteta will handle the Mesut Ozils and the Guendouzi's and all those situations. I think that's important to him. And he's seen the way he handled it. He's seen the way he's honest. He's seen the way he's straight. So that ticks a box. Obviously, how the team play, that ticks a box. And
good football.
Good football. You know, Exa wants them to do well, wants them to attack. And most of all, Curtis, is winning. Winning cures all. And when you win trophies, and we saw how happy he was at lifting the FA Cup, winning matters. And to the way it happened, beating Manchester City in the semi and then Chelsea in the final, the way, and he was so prominent. Listen, there's a lot of love going out to Aubameyang from the Arsenal fans. He hadn't signed at the time, but we always say, Troop says sign the thing. Everybody wants him to sign the thing. You know how it goes.
The thing, man.
Sign the thing, and then you get to the Community Shield, and then you win again against Liverpool. Now he's starting to think to yourself, something's happening here. I can feel it. And I'm captain. And I've lifted 2 gongs in the space of a few weeks. So, fair enough, there'd be other teams who were after his services. We know we'd be coveted.
Yeah.
But let's not forget how big Arsenal are too.
Exactly.
Arsenal are a big club, and Arsenal are London. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal are in London. When you're at Arsenal and you're in London, you don't need to go nowhere else, man. So he's realised that, wants to be a legend, like Wrighty and Thierry and Bergkamp and all them boys. He's got the platform now to do it, and he's seen Gabriel come in and Saliba's come in, and Willian. With thanks Chelsea. Chelsea did hand over the goods, man. Hand over the goods. You know what I mean? Hand it over.
That was a good signing, man. Very good signing.
And listen, a lot of people were unsure. Chelsea cast-offs. Listen, the guy's a baller, man. The guy's a baller. So
definitely,
all of those things convinced him to stay. Huge club, loved by the fans. Why go somewhere else?
Do you think it's too early to call him a legend?
No, I think he will. Listen, all he's doing right now is going to be adding to his legacy.
Yeah.
So he's already got a legacy. Remember, now it's the first trophies we've won. So all of a sudden, now there's a bit of legacy there. How big his legacy is going to be is going to matter in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So obviously, he's probably said to Arteta, listen, I don't want this train to stop. I want to win. And Arteta's saying, listen, I want to win. So you've got the same ambition as me. We're going to make moves, and we're probably going to cover transfer recruits and all that in a bit. But both, they want to win. We want to win as fans. We're used to it, Curtis.
Yeah.
We're used to winning. We want to win. So listen, let's roll the sleeves up, man, and let's get moving.
No, we have to get moving, man. In terms of Aubameyang's position, we've spoke before, and I always used to look and think, if he played through the middle, there's another 5 to 10 goals there for me. But to be fair, he keeps scoring on the left. So, do you think he stays on that left-hand side, or would you move him central?
Well, I think you could mix it up. I think it all depends on how Mikel Arteta wants to play and who is fit at the time. Because I don't think Aubameyang's good with his back to goal.
No,
I think he's better when he's running towards goal. So whether it's from the right or the left, I think at Dortmund he had that license to move.
Yeah.
And early on with Lacazette was always the one holding the ball up, even when they played as a 2, and he could get in. Yeah. So obviously, what Mikel Arteta's asking him to do, and the way they scheme, he's getting opportunities to run through on goal or receive passes, crossfield passes like that ball from Willian, where he's attacking the defense and he can go outside or inside. You let him come inside, it's curtains.
Game over.
It's curtains, but he can also go outside as well, as Kurt Zuma found out. He can finish both ways. So a guy who goes both ways, Kurt, is a defender's nightmare. You know that.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what? Today I was looking at it from both points of view. If I'm honest with you, I was thinking, you know what? We've started the transfer window okay. We've got Gabriel in, we've got Willian in, good signings, but at the same time, we did finish 8th. I do think there is a weakness in the midfield. Yep. And, I look at Aston Villa and Newcastle and Wolves and teams like this, they've spent a lot more than us. Are we in a position now where it's like, we've got to be careful? If we don't get the signings in we need, we could cost ourselves this season, because we've got an opportunity to get Partey and Aouar in. So what do you think we need to do from this point?
We need to get them 2 players. That's the bottom line. You see, Curtis. Now that we've tasted the sugar again in winning silverware.
Yeah.
We can't stop. We've got to
No.
go for it now. There's no, season of consolidation. Forget
No.
that nonsense. To me, that's gone now. Because
Long
if we
time
never
ago.
won the FA Cup, then you could say, all right, we're building. No, we've
Yeah.
won it. So there's no building going on. We've got to get the right players in right now. And you're right. There is a weakness in that midfield. I like what El Nenny's doing. El Nenny is a good squad player, proving he can come in and do a job there. He's proven he can do a job there. Great. It's not a problem like Guendouzi's or whatever. He will come in and do his job. We love that. But getting to that top level, Partey and Aouar are the ones.
Yeah.
We know, we've seen them. We know they can do the job. That's who we need. And whatever happens, we've got to get them. So if it means we've got to get rid of a few players like we are doing right now, so be it.
If we could only get one of those two, obviously Aouar's like the small creative number 8, Partey the powerful box to box. Which one are you taking out the two of them?
Easy question. Partey, man. Got to be. No, and I'm deadly serious about this, Curtis. We've covered this before. That midfield player, Vieira, Gilberto type, but probably more Vieira, because we need somebody physical in there, but somebody who, when he wins it,
drives.
He can drive. Partey can do it all. He can pick the ball up and he can beat people and he could go all the way. That's what we miss. Xhaka's a nice player. He's come into a bit of form, but he will never do that. Do you know what I mean? El Neni would never do that. Win it and pass it. Win it and pass it. Whoever else comes is in there. Win it and pass it. We need somebody who can do it all. Box to box, sit in there, discipline when he needs to be, fly up the pitch when he needs to. And that's Partey.
Yeah, Partey's an animal for me, man. Like, just he ticks all the boxes, and the fact you can get him for 45 million and no one is really going for him.
Cheap money, mate.
It's so frustrating.
Cheap money.
To me, why does Kroenke not say to Arteta here, you know what? I'll pay the money. Go and get him. Pay the release clause, and then you've got to sell players to earn the money. You know, why is he always making us, we've got to sell before we can buy, and we're scrimping and scraping, man. It's so frustrating.
Curtis, sometimes it's not that. Sometimes there's a game going on between the two clubs.
Yeah.
Look from when we were in for Partey. Now, if we wanted to sign him, we would have signed him already. That's the way fans think, isn't it? If we would have signed him, we would have signed him already. But sometimes there's things that goes on between clubs. We don't know what's going on in the background. We know we want him. We know we need him.
Definitely.
But I think there's a game going on in the background, and maybe Mikel Arteta wants to get a lot of the other pieces in place first
before he gets him,
because when it's sometimes the final piece of the jigsaw is the sweetest one.
Yeah,
that's going to be the sweetest one. I think we might get Aouar before Partey.
Do you know what? I was actually speaking to Robbie about this yesterday, and we were saying with the Aouar situation, obviously Edu is like our director, and Juninho's there. Apparently, they were teammates for Brazil. Yeah. And I think Leon, because they need the money, they would take, a payment process over a few years.
Layaway, bro. Layaway.
Layaway, man. You know what I mean?
Catalog, bro.
Buy now, pay later team.
Exactly.
Atletico, they seem to want the money for Partey up front, man. So it's a bit of a different one. But he was touching on there, El Neni and people like that. Do you believe in football there are sort of squad players rather than, sometimes I look at it like, well, if he's not good enough to start on a regular basis for us, is he good enough to be on our bench? Or do you genuinely have players who you say, do you know what? He's just a squad player. We use him when we need him.
Curtis, you need squad players. No matter what happens, you need squad players. And the reason being, we haven't got the funds like a Chelsea or a Man City to go out there and have £50 million transfers sat on the bench.
Yeah.
Because that creates a problem in itself at times. But if you've got players who can actually do the job, who ain't going to moan,
Yeah.
Because this is the important thing. There has to be harmony in the squad. The
Mm.
players are not going to moan. And when they get their opportunity, they can perform and do what the manager wants. We've done that for years back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Having players who can come in, we could mix and match a team and you still get the results. That's good management, and that's having a good squad. But when it comes to the big games, obviously, then you pay your big players play.
When you was at Arsenal, did you have players who were in the squad who kind of didn't play every week, but when they came in, they did a job, they didn't moan?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, there's only 11 players who could be picked, and at
Yeah.
times, Curtis, I was a squad player. There
Yeah.
was times where when Ian Wright came, I was a squad player. So I was on the bench, or sometimes I wasn't even on the bench, depending on who we were playing. But
Wow.
that is the life. That's the life. If you love the club, you keep that shut and you get on with it, and then your chance comes. Because you
Yeah.
know what? When your chance comes, Curtis, if you're bent out of shape and you're angry, you won't take your chance when it comes.
It's
You
true.
won't, because you need harmony, and that's what we had at Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta is building again. He's building that harmony. You could see it.
Hmm. Do you think, there is a danger with this Partey thing? Because this is the thing with me. I look at it and I think he's such a good player that I can't believe other teams aren't trying to get him. I heard Juventus were linked at one point.
Yeah.
That's what worries me. I think, you've got such a big opportunity here to get a player that I think ticks all the boxes for what we need in midfield. And can you imagine if like a Juventus or someone just grabbed him at the last minute? We'd be up in arms, man. So
Curtis, read the tea leaves, boss. They wanted him. He don't want to go. He wants to come to Arsenal. That's it.
He does want to go.
He wants to come to Arsenal, right? Now,
Yeah.
do you reckon Juventus, if he was unsure, Juventus would have snapped him up a long time ago?
Yeah. No,
Because they won't mess around. A lot of these big European teams won't mess around.
they just grab him.
They just grab him. But he wants to come to the Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's it. And however long it takes, it might come up right to the deadline, but we got to get him. And he wants to come. That's 90% done. If he wants to come and we want him, that is just a matter of Atletico might start to waver a little bit come, nearer the time.
Yeah.
Do a little installment plan. You just that's the way it is.
You know what? You talking like that gives me confidence because I know you cover Spanish football, so I'm hoping you know something we don't.
Well, look, when it's early in the transfer window or middle of the transfer window, you could be as bullish as you want, can't you? Listen, I want this money, I want this money, I want this money. But they're going to go out and sign players as well.
Yeah.
And it's always a balancing act, always. So if they go and sign players, if they know he's going, then you might see, all right, they're gonna sign someone in his position, or what I mean. They're gonna bolster that midfield. Partey's coming to Arsenal, man. He wants to come to Arsenal. Arsenal want him. Arteta wants him. Just get the deal done. The deal will get done. We'll have him. We'll have him by October 5th. That's for sure. We will have him. We need him.
I'm gonna clip this part of this interview,
Clip it. We need him. We need him in the midfield.
We do badly. This season, what do you think that Arsenal can achieve? And do you, with the current squad and assuming we make one or two more signings, what do you think we can do this season?
Well, we got to win the Europa.
It's there for us.
Yeah, it's there for us. It's there for us. It is there for us. Right? We got to win the Europa. We got to finish in the top 4. Got to. I ain't for all this 8th business. That was last season.
Which one of those two do you think is more important? Like, do you think it's more important to win the Europa League or get in the top 4?
Both are important, but to win a trophy and get in the Champions League, one avenue does that, and that's the Europa.
Yeah.
So you don't get a trophy for finishing in the top 4. You get a trophy for winning the Europa, and that then catapults you into the Champions League. So if I had to choose one, I would choose the Europa.
Because you're winning a trophy, aren't
Because you're winning a trophy as well, you know, and it's a
you? Yeah.
European excursions and all that, and you're out of sync on a Thursday and all that caper. You know, it's
Yeah.
madness, but
Yeah.
it can work in your favor.
Yeah.
And you know, if I had to choose one, I'd choose Europa.
You've got to choose a trophy, aren't you?
Yeah, listen, trophies matter. Now that we've got the taste, Curtis, trophies matter now.
Yeah.
Top four, great. If we get top four and we win the trophy, that's great too. But we've got the taste. We've got to win trophies now. I'd love another FA Cup win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not too fussed on the League Cup because I think that could give some of the youngsters a game in that. But, you know, the league and the 2 cup competitions, Europa and FA Cup, yeah, let's have a right go at it.
I think what I'm trying to push you on a bit, Kev, is obviously last season we finished 8th. It was a really bad season. It finished better with Arteta in charge. What do you think has changed at the club that's going to make us close that gap between, you know, the teams that we finished behind? Because they've all strengthened. You know, you look at Chelsea, Tottenham, you know, Liverpool, they've all spent money. So how do we close that gap?
Well, I don't think there's a gap between us and Tottenham, to be honest. After what I saw on Sunday, after Everton beat them up, look, you know, they beat them up, man. And listen, if Richarlison had a little bit more savvy and a bit more luck, it would have been 2 or 3. So let's have it right. What do we need to do? You can see from the game at Fulham, you can see that Arteta's hands on this team now. You could see they know what they're doing. Gabriel at the back looks strong, solid. That's what we've been lacking. You know, that somebody who could cover the ground, a big, aggressive, strong defender. Rob Holding done well as well.
He did.
You know, at the back, as well as Kieran Tierney, who we all love anyway. But this is what we need. We need that defense to be strong and stronger, like it is. Clean sheets. That's what's going to matter. Not conceding too many goals, because you know what, Curtis? A lot of the time when we played last season, we're finding ourselves behind in games.
Yeah, constantly.
It's not conducive to winning football. If you can keep the team quiet, the opposition quiet, and you take the lead, then they have to adjust and open up. That's when you kill them. So the first goal is key. Keeping clean sheets is so important. And that's what Mikel Arteta's concentrating on. He's concentrating on the defensive side, but he's also got us flying in attack. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, that goal we scored against Fulham, obviously similar to the one we scored against Liverpool, where we played all the way from the goalkeeper through to the front. Brilliant goal. Just quickly on the goalkeepers, we've sold Martinez this week. I have to admit I was disappointed, not only because I think he's a really good keeper. You can see how much Arsenal means to him. You know, he's in tears when we won, and you know he's been at the club a long time. Do you agree with them selling him to try and raise money in other areas, or would you have liked to have seen 2 top goalkeepers going at it to be number 1?
We couldn't get that.
No,
we couldn't get that. I'll tell you why we couldn't get that. Because Emi Martinez realized he's good enough.
Yeah.
He realized, because remember, he's been at the club a long time, and it's not the first games he's ever played, Curtis.
No.
And there was never this hullabaloo for him about, well, you know, we've got another number 1. It was the fact that, you know, Leno got injured at Brighton. He came in and he could settle, couldn't he? He came in,
he had time,
down. He had time to do it. There was no pressure on him, kind of thing. He settled in, and he produced, and he realized, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, when he was in there, I was more comfortable with him than Leno at times.
Exactly.
I've got to be honest.
Exactly the same.
I've got to be honest. So I know, look, there's a 1A and 1B, isn't it? It's 1A, 1B. I think Mikel Arteta, they signed Leno. Leno, pedigree-wise, is the better keeper. So you have to make a decision, and selling Martinez, who probably 6 months before would be valued at about 3 or 4 million.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, 5 million euros.
Now we could get big money for him. So listen, if we're gonna get Aouar and we're gonna get Partey, thanks Emi for everything you've done, but You got to go, man.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, but you know, they've got to raise money from somewhere, haven't they? And it seems like a difficult window. I mean, who do you think we need to sell? Obviously, we need to raise money, and you've still got Mesut Ozil there on 350.
Listen, he's going nowhere.
He wasn't even.
Mesut Ozil's going nowhere. So let's not even talk about him. He's going nowhere.
But the thing is, Kevin, he wasn't even on the bench. He wasn't even on the bench.
No, but nobody wants to buy him. So this is just the way. This is just what we have to do. Yeah. So let's count him out. Who's got values? Torreira has a value. He's being linked with Italy in Italy. Kolasinac, he's being linked with a few clubs. Martinez is gone. What's his name? Who was at Roma? Is he signed at Roma now?
Mkhitaryan, yeah.
Mkhitaryan, he's gone. So not only are you cleaning some of the wage bill, you're bringing funds back into the club. There was talk of Rob Holding going, but I think Rob Holding, I think he's got to stay because when he's a lot better when they play free at the back, and you know he's got people around him who could help him. He looked good with Gabriel beside him, by the way, didn't he? He did look good with Gabriel there. So there. So and then you're starting to go. Mustafi's been injured.
Yeah, they're going to struggle to move him. He's out till October. Right.
So that could be a January thing.
Yeah.
Right. To move him on. You know, El Nenny's is going to prove. I mean, you're not going to get really a lot of money for El Nenny. But what El Nenny will prove, he will prove to be the perfect squad player for you. So that's Arteta knows that's what you need. You need glue guys. El Nenny be a glue guy. He'll come in, he'll do his work. He'll tell him run through that brick wall. He'll do it.
Yeah, he will.
You know what I mean? He will do it. So that's that. There are a few periphery players. Listen, there might be, and I'm just going to say this, and a lot of people might not like it. But we've got a plethora of great young players as well, who I know a lot of other teams are looking at. Now, will Arteta, if Arteta had to raise a couple of quid,
would he let one or two go?
Would he let one or two go, Curtis? He might have to in order to get those two players we discussed before.
I think the thing is, I mean, I'm looking at it going, I think the window's been open 7 weeks.
Sorry, Socrates as well, isn't he? He's
Napoli. Socrates. Yeah, he's been with an Italian movement.
Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli. That's it. I mean, the thing is, I look at it and I think you always see to me how good a player is when you're trying to sell him. And we seem to not be able to hardly get rid of anyone. We tried to sell Mesut Ozil. No one's going to pay the wage. We tried to sell Guendouzi. Everyone's pretty much said no. You know, Socrates, I think Napoli are telling us to drop the transfer fee so they can pay the wages. Kolasinac hasn't gone. Mustafi hasn't gone. El Neni, probably 3 weeks ago, no Arsenal fan would have wanted him at the club. He puts a good performance in the Community Shield and Fulham, and people are saying, keep him. So, it's strange that we can't seem to get rid of any players. So, I mean, what does that say about our team, really?
Do you know what it says? Curtis, let's be brutally honest.
Go on, talk the things.
Let's talk the thing. It says that we got mediocre players.
There you go.
We got mediocre players. That's it. Yep. Mediocre players. When it comes down to transfer and you want to get rid of them, teams are like, nah, I don't fancy him. I don't fancy him. You know, if people are going to Man United, Man City, their players will be getting linked left, right, and centre. Arsenal players, no, and that's because our level. That's because our level hasn't been where it should.
Yeah,
that's because Mikel Arteta is starting to change that, but we need better players in. He's going to change it, but we need some better players in, and some of the deadwood. Listen, sometimes you know what, we might have to waive some of these transfer fees.
No, I'm telling you,
to get them out. We just as long as we get them out off the wage bill, out of the club,
get them out.
Sometimes what we have to do.
Kev, what you were saying there, Ozil ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
What do we do with him?
No,
Arteta clearly doesn't want him in the team either, though. You know, he wasn't
Curtis,
even on the bench.
Curtis, there is nothing you can do.
What do
There
you
is
do?
no, there's
You just
nothing
not
you can
play him
do.
all season?
Well, yeah, because he's going nowhere. He's made that clear. Listen,
Crazy.
listen. They were bold enough to give him that contract. Was it 4 years ago?
Something like, yeah.
This is the last year of the contract. So he's done his 3 years.
Yeah.
And this is it. He wants to play. He says he wants to be in and around it. Okay. That's what you want to do. Mikel Arteta's give him he said it's a clean slate. Curtis, who knows? Because you know how football can work.
Yeah.
You get a few injuries,
And he's in the team.
and he's been training well, and
Yeah.
maybe he can produce. But as it stands now, where a lot of the boys are fit, he's not going to come in because Mikel Arteta wants to play a certain way. But you just never know. You just never know what the future holds. If he's training well and doing his business, fair enough. But as long as he's not causing problems, listen, he's earned the right, Curtis. He's earned the right.
It's crazy, isn't it?
No matter how frustrating it is, yeah, it's frustrating, but
he earned that contract. They were, you know, silly or whatever enough to give it him. He's a footballer. He can sit there if he wants and pick up the dough, man.
Curtis, they weren't silly. Let's get it real. They weren't silly. We had Sanchez and Özil coming up, so it was one or the other. And
well, it should have gone to the other though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but if you remember rightly, Sanchez was kicking up, being a bad influence in the dressing room, etc. Özil wasn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, you know, they chose Özil. So that's fair enough. 4 years ago, chose Özil. Fine.
Yeah.
We were cool with that at the time. But now it's a burden on us a little bit. But listen, I'm an ex-player. I'm telling you, he's earned that contract. They give him the money, he's earned it. And if he wants to see his last year out at the club, he wants to play. He wants to stay at Arsenal. He's saying he loves Arsenal. I can't have a go at him for that.
I mean, look, you know when Sanchez was at United and you know, obviously things weren't working out. They paid him up and got rid of him. You know, they saw him as more of a hassle keeping him at the club. Why do you think Arsenal? I mean, we never know. They may have offered him something, but why do you think Arsenal have not said, you know what, man? Let's come to an agreement here. And that last year we pay up half or whatever, and you go somewhere else.
Because he don't want half. He wants it all.
I said no half, man. I need all of it.
There's no half. There's no half. No half. No half stepping. Pay me up fully. Pay me up fully. Or let's stop the conversation. He's earned it, Curtis.
Yeah. I can't blame him. Still, I can't blame him.
You know, Curtis is, and do you know what? This is a harsh lesson for Arsenal.
Yeah, big
and
time.
how they do business moving forward now.
You
know what I mean? This is the way these things work. Because what's the point in having a top player who's not playing? But is Mesut Ozil the future? No, he's not the future anymore. So therefore, we just have to take this one on the chin, my friend.
Yeah. It's a crazy situation. They've learnt the hard way, man. But, you know, what do we do? So moving forward, obviously, we've got Liverpool coming up in a week's time. They've signed Thiago today from Bayern Munich. I mean, outstanding player, man. What's your prediction for the season in terms of the league? Like, how do you see that top four working out? Obviously, you've got...
Well, look, in no particular order, Curtis.
Go on.
You're looking at your Man City and Liverpool. Then you're looking at Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United in that free bubble. So one of those are going to miss out, in my eyes.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Arsenal, I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
You know as long as it's not us, I think Man United might miss out. But still, Chelsea have to gel. So you know, I'm like that. I have said Man United will miss out previously, but after I saw the way Brighton dealt with Chelsea, I was like, really? So you know, there might be some teething problems at Chelsea. So That's what I think. I think. Listen, we're on the up. We've got to make the right transfer moves now.
We have to
right now. No messing, no half stepping, man. We've got to do it.
And he's asking here about what do you make of Bale to Tottenham? I know you cover Spanish football a lot. Is he still at a top level, or is he?
Well, I don't
what
know.
kind of player they get?
I haven't seen him in, over a year. I've seen he's played sparingly.
Seen his golf, innit? But you haven't seen his football.
Yeah, didn't look interested.
Nah.
So he's took a step down from Real Madrid, obviously, to go back to Spurs. Publicity stunt. Apparently, they're paying a hefty loan fee.
Yeah.
To get him out. So it's a shirt seller, publicity stunt. Is he still the same player? I don't know. But I'm not worried about Bale going to Spurs at all.
No?
Not at all, no. I don't think I just don't think they're as strong as they were. I don't. And where's he going to play? Where's he going to play? So someone's going to have to suffer. Someone's going to have to be out because Bale ain't coming to sit on no bench.
No. He'll play on the right, won't he? Probably on the right. Son on the left, Kane in the middle.
So that's gonna push other people out.
Yeah.
So listen, let Maureen deal with his business. 0 to nothing.
0 to nothing. Man, I got no time for Mourinho, have they, man?
No time for them, man.
I get hit with that one a lot, in the comments. Man, don't go easy on that Mourinho thing.
No, definitely. That's why I mentioned it, Curtis.
I know why you mentioned it. Do you know what? I know obviously you used to play for Everton and you cover Everton a lot. Decore in midfield the other day. I couldn't help but look and I thought, you know what? If they weren't going to get that Partey deal done, £20 million for Decore. What a signing that is.
Curtis, we've spoke about this previously. And maybe some people didn't really understand how good this guy is at Watford. Because he's at Watford.
Yeah.
The guy's a player, mate. He's a player. And he fit in seamlessly, didn't he? It's like he'd been playing for Everton for years.
But and Everton, Alan as well, to be honest.
Yeah, Alan's a good player. Alan is a good player.
Yeah.
But Decore, physical presence, box to box, puts his foot in, smart player.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him at Arsenal. But as a second gig, he's gone to Everton, so I can't complain about that. I think he's going to have a really good season at Everton.
Yeah, man. I mean, do you know what? I looked at Everton's midfield in that game and I was thinking, do you know what? That's a better midfield than ours, to be honest. Alan was being linked with PSG for 40-odd million last summer.
Yeah.
It just shows, man, when you've got a little bit of ambition and you put your hand in your pocket, how quickly you can fix that. I mean, they had Davis and then, man, and Delph last season. Now you got Alan and Decore, man. It's crazy.
And Gomez. You know what I mean? And then James Rodriguez. I mean, he's a player, him. He's only trained a couple of times with the team, and he's a player, mate. Proper player.
Ancelotti, man. He's got a big pull there, hasn't he, man?
Yeah, definitely. But you know what? Not only is it big pull, you got to have deep pockets when you're dealing with these guys to get them. And they didn't mess about. They signed 3 of them in a week. Do you know what I mean? No messing. They signed 3 of them in a week. So Arsenal sign Aouar and Partey to get them done, man. Get them done.
I wanted to ask you something as well. When you was at Everton, was Rooney there? Did you come? Was you there when he came from?
Of course, yeah.
Did you play in the game when he scored against us?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know that. Because
I was just about to cuss him. I was just about to cuss because I made the run through.
Yeah.
And he used the run to give himself an angle. And I was just about to turn and cuss some bad word, and then next minute, goal! You know what I mean? I was just about to cuss him. Young player, gifted. Yeah. Oh, unbelievable talent.
What was he like in training? I mean, he was only, 16 at the time? 17?
Well, I first played with him, he was 14.
Jeez. He was training with the first team at 14?
No, this was for a reserve. This was a reserve game. I got on the coach, Curtis. I thought it was one of the staff's son or nephew or whatever. I didn't even think, because I'd never seen him before.
Yeah.
We were playing Southport. Got to the stadium.
I played there before as well, Southport.
Right. You know, and it's a tough place to go, isn't it,
It is
Curtis?
tough.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
tough place to go. So we're playing at Southport for the reserves, get in the dressing room, and he's changing. I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to come out and do the warm-up. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
The reserve team, Taffy said to me, Kev, treat him like a first-team player. This is that Rooney. So I said, oh, that's him. He said, yeah. Curtis.
How good was he?
Curtis. After they took me off after 65 minutes.
Yeah,
And normally the first team player goes in the dressing room and go and shower and all that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
sat on the bench because I wanted to watch him.
Oh my
Because they
days.
moved him from striker. He played up front with me as striker.
Yeah.
With after 25 minutes, he'd scored 2.
Oh my
Right?
days.
And you know the big non-league defenders were
Yeah.
trying to rattle into him. They were just leaning into their bounce. They were bouncing off. I was like, rah. Is that how he's going on?
Oh
Play
my.
round the corner, overs, everything going on.
Aye.
Proper player. Then when I went off, he went to wide left.
Yeah.
Run the show from wide left.
And he's 14 doing that.
He was 14. And so I went into training the next day.
Yeah.
And was talking to the first team club boys. I said, listen, you know, you've heard of that Rooney, haven't you? They said, yeah. I said, I played with him last night. They said, oh, how is he? I said, boys, he could come with us now. Like, shut up. What are you talking about, Kim? No way, no way. I said, all right, that's what you think. Well, he came at 16, didn't he?
Yeah.
First training session, everyone just looked at me and went, Kev, wow.
He's
Wow.
that good.
Yeah, he was exceptional, mate. Exceptional.
And then he comes on and just bangs one top corner against David Seaman.
Yeah, to win it. Announce yourself to the world.
Oh,
He can do that.
God.
He could do that. He could do that. He was that gifted and still is a quality player.
Do you know what? It's funny. Rooney had a great career. Like, I mean, I can't question his career, but when I watched him at that age and when he went to Man United, I felt like he was going to be like the best in the world. I thought he's going to win a Ballon d'Or or something. And it seems like he let Ronaldo come to United and kind of go past him. And he seemed to just accept playing second fiddle with it.
I don't think he accepted second fiddle, Curtis. But you know what happens when you go to the likes of Man United or when you're at Arsenal? It's not about Ballon d'Or. It's about winning.
Yeah.
And that's what he done. He won.
Yeah, he
And
did.
you look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo was kind of a selfish trick. No, after that, he became that team player and they played as a team. Whoever scores, but we play as a team. And don't forget, Rooney played striker. He played number 10. He's played wide on the right, wide on the left, centre midfield at Manchester United. He's played all over the place for the betterment of that team. So he's a team player. He can play. He could have played anywhere. So, yeah, maybe he missed out on a Ballon d'Or or 2. But you know what? You have half a career like that guy, mate. You're nice.
Oh, you're nice, man. I mean, out of him and Gaza, I know you played with Gascoigne as well. Who do you think was?
No, I think Gaza was different than Rooney. He was different to Rooney.
Yeah.
Rooney wasn't a Gaza type where he could change the tempo of a game. That's what Gaza could do. Gaza could slow the tempo down of a game and then speed it up at his will. That's not the type of player Rooney was. Rooney was powerful, strong, great technique, but, you know, could function within a team system, could score unbelievable goals. But Gaza was just
Special.
I'm telling you, Rooney's special, but Gaza was more. Trust me. Gaza was more.
Yeah, he wowed people, didn't he, when they saw Gaza? He was just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I mean, back to Arsenal finally, just quickly then. We'll finish off with Arsenal. A lot of people asking questions there. Big up, man. Got like 1,000 people watching live.
Nice.
For the season, first of all, formation, this 3 at the back. I was surprised we played with 3 at the back against Fulham. I kind of viewed it as a formation that we used against the better teams to hit them on the counter-attack. Do you think going forward we'll end up with 4 at the back and maybe play like 4-3-3? Or no, you shake it.
No, I shake my head. The reason is this. Maybe you could play 4 at the back against teams who are going to bank up.
Yeah.
So there's not 3 centre halves marking one player type of thing. So at home, you might find we play 4-3-3 because then you could push the fullbacks on and the 2 centre halves have one player to deal with. That's when you could do that. But let's have it right, Curtis, right now on your channel.
Go on, talk the team.
Arsenal have beaten we've not beat the top teams in a long time.
No.
And we beat the top teams mainly playing with 3 centre backs and like as a 5. So why would we change?
No, I hear
if
you
we
on
beat
that.
the top teams, we could beat the other teams. So that's the mentality. They know how to do it now. They know what to do to win. There we go. Arteta's here we go, Arteta. This is your time now, Arsenal.
No, it is, man. Do you know what? I love the enthusiasm you've got for Arteta. I looked at some videos earlier today. It was funny. I came across them, and in the middle of the season when Emery was in charge in his first year, and people were singing Unai Emery's name, and they were saying, "We've got our Arsenal back." Funnily enough, we beat Fulham 5-1 at their place. What do you think is different between when Emery actually was doing quite well to Arteta now? What makes you believe that we've really turned the corner this time?
I think the most important thing I think is the attitude of the players, Curtis. The attitude of the players. There seems to be more of a togetherness right now. And you know one thing I've noticed, and this happens when you beat the top teams. Nobody's shirking.
No.
Nobody's shirking challenges. Everybody is committed. And whereas under Emery, there were committed performances and then they'll go down and then they'll come up. But Arteta's not going to take if you don't commit yourself, you're going to be out of the team.
Yeah.
You're going to be out of the team because he wants commitment first. So the blueprint is already there. The guys know they can do it because they've done it and won. Now we've got to try and be consistent and do it consistently. He's added some good players into that mix now, Curtis. We know we're not finished.
No.
But you had Willian, you had Gabriel, Saliba still to play. You know what I mean? Aubameyang signed again. Lacazette looks like he's lively again. This is what it's about now. It's about pushing on.
No, it's true, man. We do. We have to push on. We have to use that FA Cup win as a springboard to build on, man. Because we won it in 2017. We didn't build on it, so now we have to make sure. I mean, ultimately, we need to get back in the Champions League, don't we?
Yeah, of course. Look, we get Aouar and Partey. That's us. That's us. The consistency will be there.
Yeah.
But if we don't, you could say you could look at midfields against us, and you could think we could be exploited here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just through legs, through legs alone. That's what can undo us. When you look at a Man City or a Chelsea or a Liverpool or whatever, legs will undo us. But if you put them 2 players in, no.
No, it's true. If you guys got any questions quickly you want to ask Kev, just get them in quick. We're going to wrap up in a minute. So yeah, obviously moving forward, man, we've got to get back in that Champions League. But do you feel frustrated with the way the club is being ran by the owners? I mean, he's got this self-sustaining model. I see something the other day that he hasn't spent anything out of his own pocket in the last 5 years. Yeah, he's building this new stadium in America that costs hundreds of millions of pounds.
Billions.
Oh, billions, sorry, yeah. Why does he not put his hand in his pocket sometimes? Sometimes in business, you have to invest to get back out.
Yeah, the problem is FFP, mate. That's the problem. The problem's FFP. So if he's going to do that, you have to budget it in.
Yeah.
And because he never done that to start with, Curtis, it's difficult for him to start doing it now because he's going to go over.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So because he never started that way, he can't just put his hand in his pocket. So, they have to do other ways. But let's be honest, Arteta and Edu, I believe in them. I really do. Raul's gone, which I'm pleased about. And it looks like these 2 guys I've got the best interests of Arsenal Football Club at heart, just like David Dean and Wenger did when Wenger was there. So, you know, I really want those two players to come in, and then we'll have a platform to go from. Look, I'm not going to moan at Stan Kroenke.
No,
I'm not going to moan at him, because you know what? This is the funny thing.
I moan about him a lot.
Yeah, when we won the FA Cup, were you moaning about Stan Kroenke? No, you weren't. You were happy. No, you were happy to win.
Yeah.
The key is, Curtis, if we don't get the players right now that we're due, then we could say something about Stan Kroenke.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we don't get Aouar and we don't get Partey, or one of them at least, then we could have a little moan up and say, look, man, you know, that midfield still hasn't been strengthened. But if they strengthen that midfield, all the problem areas that we said, centre back and centre midfield, would have strengthened, and we've strengthened attacking with Willian, etc. So,
yeah, there you go. Let me get into some of these questions quick. Do we make a move for Zaha?
Unfortunately, not. We don't, because Zaha coming to Arsenal, he's not going to play. He's not going to play.
I think he missed the boat, didn't he, when Pepe came? That was his chance.
Yeah. But he's not going to play, because he operates from the left, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Aubameyang.
And our top goal scorer, he's got 20-odd goals from that position. So, no, it's not going to happen.
If we get Partey and Aouar, do we move to a back four or still three?
Still free. Still free. Still free. Yep. Definitely free.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think it does make us defensively solid.
Yeah.
Do you think Arteta has the potential to reach Wenger's level?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't even want to mention Wenger right now, because Wenger is in the stratosphere right now. You know, listen, Mikel Arteta's done some nice things. He's done some nice moves in a short space of time. But it's that consistency. That's what Arsene Wenger had for years.
Yeah.
That consistently producing teams and season after season after season. I hope Mikel Arteta can do it. I definitely hope so, being an Arsenal man. And I think the key is getting that base. Getting that base early, and with these two players, Partey and Aouar, coming in, I think that will give us a good base.
Yeah. This is a tough one for you. Who was a better striker, Shearer or Wrighty?
It depends what you see as better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Alan Shearer was kind of a fundamental number 9, you know, good with his back to goal, head it, you know, good striker of the ball, scored a lot of penalties, etc. Wrighty was an off-the-cuff type guy. He could score goals out of nothing. You know, he had that. He just had that cheekiness about him to score outrageous goals as well. So it just depends which one you pick. Obviously, I picked Wrighty because I played with Wrighty. I know how good Wrighty was, but I also know Alan Shearer. We're the same age. We played together in under-21s and stuff like that. You know, he holds the record. So, you know, does that make him the best? It makes him. He's got the best numbers.
Yeah.
But that don't necessarily make him the best striker.
No. I think Shearer's an elite goal scorer. I just think Wrighty had he had a lot of silk, didn't he, to his game. Yeah. He was chipping goalkeepers and all sorts, man.
And he was creating as well, Wrighty. He was a good creator as well.
Yeah, he didn't get the England caps that, you know, you look at his England caps, he didn't really get as many as you would have expected, would you? You had Sheringham up there a lot of the time.
Well, if you remember, whenever Wrighty got a chance, they played him wide left.
Yeah.
Left midfield.
Madness, isn't it? Get one more in. Kev, do you think Lacazette will kick on this season?
Oh, yeah.
He needs to.
No, I think he will. I think the way Arteta is building this squad, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Lacazette to score.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm a big Lacazette fan. Same. I think Lacazette makes the team better because of his hold-up play. He's very good with his back to goal and link play. And I'd love to see him hit double figures this season and prove that partnership, get that partnership back on track.
Yeah. No, I hope so. Hope so. Right. Big up Kev for coming on. Over 1,000 of you watching live now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know, I need to get you on more often, man. I know you're a busy guy, so, you know, but it's brilliant when you come on, man. Them stories are brilliant, man. I mean, when you're talking about Rooney, you know, 14 playing
14,
in
man. It was there, our ears stuck out. I'm thinking, who's this kid?
Yeah.
You know, the kit was too big for him. But
yeah.
Curtis, when the referee blew that whistle, man, jeez.
Baller.
Baller, man. Baller. Straight.
Yeah, you've seen it. Oh, did you play against Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah. How good
Yeah.
was he at that time?
Oh, he was exceptional. He was exceptional. I remember playing Man United at Man United, and Rooney was playing for us.
Yeah.
And Cristiano was doing all the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
And Rooney took him out with a waist-high tackle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Took him out with a waist-high tackle. Next year, them two were teammates. So, do you know what I mean? This is the way. Because listen, Rooney didn't mess around either. He had that dog in him. You know what I mean? He was. Listen, man. He was a serious guy, and he loved football. He loved football, and he had man strength as a boy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he was excellent. But both of them together,
can't get near them two when they were together, man. It was crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Jeez. But yo, Kev, thank you so much for coming on, man. Have you still got your channel as well? You still putting stuff out on there?
Yeah, I'm still putting stuff out. I've put out West Ham Paul got a trailer out today on Twitter, and I'm good. The full thing's gonna come out tomorrow, so look out for that. And yeah, it's all about the fans for me, Curtis. So you know, I like interviewing the fans and hearing their stories, because it's a way that I give back. So you know, I think it's good for fans to check out other fans as well.
Yeah, of course, man. Quickly, prediction against West Ham on Saturday. What do you think?
I said 3-1. I said 3-1. I'll even go 3-0. I want a clean sheet. 3-0.
Yeah. I think West Ham will get put to work, man. They're not great, man. They're asking here quickly, Kev. What is Kev's YouTube channel? What's it called?
One Kevin Campbell. Number one. Number one Kevin Campbell. Yeah. There's loads of content on there. You could check it out. Yeah, and your man Curtis is on there. He's got his stuff on there as well.
Yeah, I'm on there, man.
Yeah, he's on there.
I'll let you go. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. And I'll get you on again. Everyone, take care. Bless. Thanks for coming on, Kev.
Nice one, Curtis. Thank you.
Take care.